We're on 2.1c. What properties do waves have? So first thing you're going to do is you're going to label the transverse wave in your notes. Your notes should look like this. And you're going to label it on your notes here. You're going to have to draw some lines, but you're going to label this transverse wave. So you've got your amplitude. So from that middle line up, you're going to draw this red line and write amplitude here. And then you have to draw this line connecting these two together, these two crests, and that's a wavelength. The very top here is called a crest, so label that crest. And then you have trough, which is like that. Sorry, you have trough, which is down here, which is the very bottom. So this is amplitude, this is amplitude. The bottom here, the lowest point is your trough. Your highest point is your crest. And then this is your amplitude, and then this is your wavelength. So go ahead and label that in your notes. All right, now we're looking at the longitudinal wave. This is a little bit easier. Again, yours might look a little bit different. This is your longitudinal wave. This is going to be your compression. So you can tell that it's your compression because it's compressed. It's tighter together right here. So you're going to label that part your compression. And then your refraction is where it's more spread apart. So again, like these areas, this would be like a refraction. This is a compression, refraction, and so on. So go ahead and label those two on your notes. All right, now the crest, which I mentioned earlier and that you read in the scaffold text earlier this week, the crest is the highest point on a transverse wave. Your crest is the highest point. And then your trough is the lowest point on the transverse wave. So your trough is down here. Make sure you're writing down what's in red in your notes. Amplitude. So amplitude equals wave height. So it's out how high the wave is. So here's amplitude, here's amplitude. All right, amplitude, larger amplitude equals more energy. So there's a larger amplitude, like right here, there's more energy. This has low energy because the amplitudes are not as big. Wavelength. Wavelength is the distance between two crests or two troughs. So a transverse wave, this is your wavelength here from one crest here, or you could do two troughs, okay? But then for your longitudinal wave is between compression to compression. Shorter wavelength means more energy. So see how there's a shorter wavelength, there's more energy here, right? When we talk about amplitude, the amplitude is bigger, then it also has more energy. All right, so frequency is the number of waves that pass by a point each second. And lastly, wave speed is the speed at which waves travel through a medium.